promised when we announced our strategic plan that we will always interact with the press and update the press on what we are doing. We would first of all like to say that it's a happy day, it's a happy morning, not just for Rangers fans, but for Ndi Enugu, because we can confirm that our sports-loving, Rangers-loving governor, Dr. Peter Ndubisimba, has been announced as the duly elected governor of Enugu State. And we say a very big congratulations to the chief financier of Rangers International Football Club Enugu. It's indeed a good way to also return to the cathedral. So we thank God for where we are today. We thank God for the deep commitment of the governor to ensure that Rangers plays in Enugu this year. And yesterday, yes, we got the approval from the NFF, we got the approval from the Nigerian Premier Football League that the match day 16 of the Nigerian Premier Football League against Shooting Stars of Ibadan will be played at the cathedral. And it means a lot, not just to us as an institution, but also to the teeming supporters of this club, to the lovers of football, to those who understand the atmosphere at the cathedral. The cathedral is a place we love to chant. It's a place we love to be. It's a place we enjoy. The atmosphere in the day, the atmosphere at night is a place we tap the round leather. And we love it, not just because we play the game, we love it because of those behind us, the fans of this club. And we have to say that we are grateful to those fans who followed us from Enugu to Nnewi when we started, from Nnewi to Oka. We are grateful to the Football Association of Anambra State for their undying zeal and support, their effort to see that Rangers, the flag of this great club, keeps flying. Special thanks also to the governor of Anambra State and to the Anambra State Football Association chairman, General Chikelu, who made sure that every logistics for playing at the Okatemshi Stadium was provided. It was over 2 years of great difficulties playing. We understand that the stadia in the 5 southeastern states are home to Rangers. But then there is a place the umbilical cord of this club is buried, and that is the cathedral here in Enugu. In essence, we have our homes in Oka. We have a home in Umuahia in Abia State. We have a home in Ebonyi. We have a home in Imo State. But ultimately, the umbilical cord is buried here. In fact, Enugu is the capital of the southeastern region. So we are grateful to the supporters who followed this club, even those who followed from the comfort of their homes. We thank you for your patience. And now we are back. And on the 28th of December, we invite everyone to come to the stadium to support this great club. A few days ago, we came back from Aba, and you all know the result. Before the game, we had won Sporting Lagos 2-0 in Oka. We wouldn't be where we are today without the support of our fans. And ultimately, the media, the press who report these games to the people who do not attend, we wouldn't be celebrating without the impact of the press. And we say thank you. We are grateful. And now that we are back, we call for more support. We call for more collaboration. We call for more commitment, deeper commitment to the philosophy we've outlined, to the symbol we love, to the insignia of this club, the badge of this club. We call for deeper respect for the history of this club, Rangers, because it is this club that symbolizes the true identity of the movement we adore. And now that we are home, our cathedral has been sanctified yesterday. Our cathedral must be protected. Our cathedral must not be desecrated. The players understand what is at stake. Coach Ezeaku and his team, his technical crew, they understand what is at stake. This management understands what is at stake. The state government, the governor of this state, swore that Rangers will be back, and we are back. And we don't take it for granted. So we want to push, we want to stretch ourselves beyond limit. Not just for Rangers, but for the sake of the growth of football in this state. We have thanked the Anambra State Football Association. But we will not forget the commitment of the Enugu State Football Association when we were playing out of Enugu. We will not forget the support from everyone, the board members of the Enugu State Football Association. We will not forget the SWAT. We will not forget the police. We will not forget the security agencies who had accorded this team so much protection whenever we traveled to play and whenever we drove back to Enugu. And now, dear friends, it's December. We are playing a game just 3 days after Christmas. What other Christmas gift could the fans have asked for other than to see a game in the year 2023 and to be welcomed into the new year with the hope that there will be more games at the cathedral? The letter from the league is clear. We are back to the cathedral not just to play against Shooting Star on the 28th. We have returned to the cathedral. But for those who have followed this club in recent times, everywhere now seems to be home for us, because that is the mentality we are putting into the players. And that is why when we go and we don't get a positive result, we feel downcast. That is why every second we work, not just on our body but on our mentality. And that is the idea of the new Rangers, and that is the idea of what Your Excellency Dr. Peter Barr wants to imbibe in the philosophy that has followed this club over the years. So the essence of this press briefing is to let you know, dear friends, that we are back first. The cathedral has been sanctified. We have to protect the cathedral. We have to respect the turf. We have to respect everything that will elongate, prolong the life of our turf. We know that we followed the commercial activations we've done. We know that we followed what AfriInvest have also come to do for the club. And we will want to say again to our partner, AfriInvest, that we are grateful for the deep support towards ensuring that the welfare of this team is taken care of. 2 days ago, we also announced the ticketing and hospitality partnership with Senior Barman. This partnership in a nutshell entails that the ticketing for games would be concessioned to them. We want our apps, the Rangers app, to be fully utilized. We want the Rangers website to also be fully utilized. The app, which we go out any moment from now, is user-friendly. We've tested it. And if this season we are unable to get fans to buy our tickets through the app, we are sure that the commencement of the next season, we see our fans buy their season ticket. We are sure that the commencement of the next season, we see our fans get so used to the Rangers app. We've also looked around this complex, and over there, the Pit and Barr Rangers Innovation Hall, which will be thrown open to everybody who has an innovation, is for people to come with their innovations and display on a screen. We've got tables there, and there will be free Wi-Fi there. If, for instance, you have a nice design of the 2025-2026 Rangers jersey, you can display it there, and the management will discuss with you. If, for instance, you have a better idea about safeguarding on match days, if, for instance, you have an app that will measure the heart rate, that will measure, for instance, the techniques, that will measure or check the beat of our fans in the stadium, the frenzy in the stadium, the Innovation Hub is open to everybody. The Innovation Hub is free for use. You come to the Innovation Hub, you have the table, you have the seats, the Wi-Fi will start, and you do what you want and you leave. The idea is also that because Your Excellency has said he wants the people to feel Rangers, he wants the people to know that this club belongs to them. The gate of our office is open, the Innovation Hub is open, and soon we will announce who will become our innovation manager, who will take care of some of these innovations. Rangers is not just a club. Rangers is a movement. And that is why here we want to ensure that everyone is carried along in the movement of this train. That is why when you call at any time, we answer and we give you information as to what we are doing. We would also like to officially tell you that when we announced our strategic plan, we made a promise that some of the players who were injured will be taken care of. And it's been done. And Your Excellency, the Governor, gave approval for these things to be done. It speaks about the spirit of this club. It speaks about what we want to achieve, not just for the living, but for the spirit of those who suffered for this great club, the badge of this great club. We would like to once again reiterate the fact that Rangers store is open for everyone. And we would like to thank all those who have gone to that store. We would like to thank all those who have sent feedbacks. I would have said negative feedbacks, but we've got 100% positive feedbacks. People are happy with the feel of our jersey. People are happy with the quality of our jersey. People are happy with the badge. People say that the badge is unique and there is no badge that has ever been seen to be like the Rangers badge on any jersey. We thank you, our fans. We thank those who have gone to the store. Yes, only the jerseys are at the store for now, but we can assure you that in 2024, You will get to buy caps. You will get to buy bags. You will get to buy bangles and mufflers and many other things. And people who have asked for the kids, for their kids, their children, we assure you that by 2024, you should be able and you will buy for your 1-year-old, for your 3-year-old, as the case may be. We understand that there is deep passion, there is deep love for this club. We understand that every family, not just in the southeast, but in Nigeria and even outside Nigeria, you will find a Rangers lover, someone who loves this club. And that is why we want to make sure that in every home there is a mark of Rangers in that home. That's why we want to make sure that by the time it is mid-2024, at the Rangers store, you will get whatever you can ever imagine. We are intentional about this. We are strategic about this. We are not doing anything accidentally. We plan out what we want to do, and that is why today is happening. That's why we are here to share with you that we are not departing from the vision. Our strategic plan, which is on our website, is being followed. This December, we had planned to announce the establishment of the Rangers women team. But because of our return to the cathedral, the announcement of the Rangers women team will be shifted a bit further. Already, we have commenced recruitment for our under-13s to our under-17. Remember that the Nigerian Premier Football League has said that there will be an under-17 tournament. And what we want to do, we've discussed with the Education Ministry, and we are going around schools to talk to their principals. We are not sending third parties, we are doing this ourselves because we want the return of the schoolboys to Rangers. We want the schoolboys to understand what it means to wear the Rangers jersey, even as a 13-year-old. We want a Chinedu who is at CIC to understand what it means to wear this jersey. By the time the female team is announced, we want a Chisom or an Amaka who is at Queens or Urban Girls who wears this jersey and who plays for the Rangers women team to understand what it means to play for this club. Our eyes are filled with passion. Our eyes are filled with so much love for this club. And because this day has come, because tomorrow is here, because we never say die, because this club rose through difficulties to this height, from 1970 to this day, be assured that all that we've set out in our strategic plan will be pursued to its glorious end. Finally, to our fans, together with our coaching staff, this management, and the players, we wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, a healthy New Year, and we know also we will see on the 28th of December. We very much hope that we've been able to give you joy with our performance so far. And we assure you that we will do our ultimate best. We will stretch ourselves. We will embrace sleepless nights as we've been doing to make sure that the glory of this club returns. We are not paying lip service to this. We assure you, our biggest Christmas wish has come. Our return to the cathedral. We are back to the cathedral. On that note, My dear friends, I will come to the end of this press briefing and I'll hand over to our media officer to moderate the rest. Thank you.
Do introduction individually so that we get the. Okay.
Let's go to question time now.
Okay, question time. Yes. You know us, so question time. We'll take 2 or 3 questions.
Just raise your hand and say your name.
Your hand. Well, I don't think every one of us will ask questions, but we'll take 2 or 3. All right, IG.
GM, the Executive Secretary, I want to say congratulations to you and to all of us. We're indeed glad. But there's this worry. There's this rumor that Rangers may likely face another hurdle. That the former contractor, the Reform Sports, led by Mike Adamu, is contemplating going to CAS over what he can breach of contract. I don't know, are you aware of that? Thank you.
Should I answer or you?
No, let's roll.
Let the questions go and then you answer. After the questions.
Okay.
After Richie. Richie, go.
Okay. Congratulations, GM. The question goes it goes to you. What are your plans for female football? Because the aim, I believe, should be to play continental football, and there's a proviso that you need to have a female team. So, at what stage are you this moment?
Okay, we must thank God that finally, after 3 years, we are back renewed again. My question has to do with the first match we want to play on Thursday next week, because by my calculation, it's Thursday next week. So the question I'm asking has to do with the security, because it's just like opening a stadium after 3 years. And you know that the way Rangers fans usually do, though it's usually tired, a lot of people will travel. But I know that, like you mentioned when we are talking, that a lot of people will come back from the village. The question I'm asking, how you people, any machinery in motion to make sure that crowd is controlled, and the way the problem we used to have in entering the stadium is the openings, the channels through which people can go. Is it going to be expanded, or are we going to the former way of going into the stadium? That's what I want to ask. Thank you very much. Any other?
The very lovely question. The first question, talking about the former contractor and the rumor that he wants to go to the Court of Arbitration for Sports.
Yes.
I can tell you we've not got any letters from CAS. We've not also got any official correspondence. And I know that the CAS procedural rules create rooms for information to be given to intending respondents, as the case may be. Pending when we get this, we are conversant with rules 27 of the CAS code. And for now, if parties have agreed to resort to the Court of Arbitration for Sports, we look at the contract, the clause in the contract, and mind you that what we are talking about is something that happened years ago, right? But government is a continuum, as they say. But then we must also come to equity with clean hands. If parties feel their hands are clean, then parties should come to the desk. But for now, I can confirm that we've got no correspondence from the Court of Arbitration for Sports. Pending when we get these correspondences from the CAS or from the FIFA tribunal, if the contractor would have the locus, because I know that the FIFA statute is for member associations of FIFA. Yeah, but CAS is a possibility. And as a lawyer, I feel, and every right-thinking lawyer would also feel that we all deserve justice. So if anyone feels there is justice in the claim he or she wants to make, then the right thing to do is to approach either a court of law in the land, the court of arbitration for sports-related matter. Note also, sir, that there are matters that could involve a sports institution that would not be entertained by CAS. But this is not a forum for this. Thank you. The second question from Richie, plans for female football. I had earlier informed us that our initial intention was to announce the establishment of our Rangers female team, but also I think it's the right time to tell you that we've also gone so far in our discussion with an ex-international, former captain of the Super Falcons, former goalkeeper coach in India, as to the formation, the outlook of our female team. We are also discussing with other viable female clubs in Enugu to see how we can partner. What the CAF regulation says is that because women football must develop, we have to encourage healthy partnership. And we've been really discussing extensively, asking questions, supporting the already existing female clubs in Enugu. Because at the end of the day, when you look at the regulation on the status and transfer of players, we would still go to some of these clubs that have been established to get some of their experienced players who will play for the Rangers women team. So yes, it's something we are very passionate about. And I can also tell you that we are liaising with the commission in charge of women and girls with respect to this. We're also talking with the Commissioner for Education. We don't want things that don't have solid foundation. We want a situation where we know that our girls who play for this club are all in an institution, a school together, and they can come for training and they will come together. Chibuzo talked about security. Yesterday, this management had a meeting with the Commissioner of Police at the State Force Headquarters. And we have to also say a big thank you to the Commissioner of Police, who assured us that as far as he is concerned, that security of lives, properties, as the case may be, during our games is of paramount importance to him. And yes, we've also submitted our official notification to him with respect to security. We've also gone further to think not just about security, but also safety and service on our return to the cathedral. That's why on 28th we see that we will all be sweating, because we want to make sure that things are done right. We are liaising with the CAF Security Department. We are talking with the Nigerian Football Federation Department in charge of security and safety and service. We want Rangers to try to set a standard. And while we set this standard, we must be seen to be humble in whatever we do. We must be seen to be eager to learn. We don't want people to come to our stadium and then they say they've lost an item. We don't want people to squeeze themselves just to gain an entry into our stadium. All the rules with respect to safety, security, and service will be observed on 28th. We are particular about it, we are passionate about it, and we will work so hard. And we invite you to also help, to also listen to stewards who will tell you where to sit, to listen to security agents who will tell you where not to stay. We talk about safety. When you see a place where you should ease yourself, do it rightly. When you see a place you should not, do not. Apan talked about other things that have been done at the cathedral. As at yesterday night, We had the first test run of the floodlight. Remember that we found that one of the poles in the floodlight was vandalized. And the state governor has mandated that it must be replaced. And I think it's pertinent to use this opportunity to say a very big thank you to the Commissioner for Sports, Barrister Lloyd Ekweremadu. He has not slept for the past couple of weeks to see that we play here. And indeed to everybody who has really put in their effort towards ensuring that we come back. Apart from the floodlight, I'm happy you said you saw the dressing room. Our dressing rooms will not look like what you saw. Our dressing rooms, we have some customizations, which you will see when the D-Day comes. And the customization is not just for the D-Day, it's the standard. We want to maintain it, we want to try, we want to learn. We go out and we see. We want to try to replicate them. We will make mistakes. You will crucify us. We are open to these criticisms. But at the end of the day, have we strengthened our institution? And that is what we want to achieve here. We just came back from the African Club Association meeting in Cairo. And I can tell you for free that the idea is for clubs to try to really favorably compete with other top clubs in other continents. So that if a certain Al-Ali or Rainbow Rangers or Enyimba goes to the Club World Cup, not just on the field of play, but outside the field of play, your corporate office, your players' residences, the apps you use, your website, that you are at par with other competitors. So, the things we can do in the interim, we have to do. But again, let us be cautious, not to be faster than our shadows. We want to make sure that we don't put ourselves under pressure. Financially, we want to make sure we don't put ourselves under pressure mentally. And that's why the things we do, we first test run, and then we set out to do them. Yes, we want the stadium, for instance, to wear a different look. We want a different color paintings. Yeah, there are possibilities, and they will be done. Our club has a vision to be self-sustainable, and we are gradually pushing. That's why at every point we extend our hands of invitation to potential partners, to potential sponsors, and we say that since FIFA, since the football rules have approved for many places on our jerseys where you can advertise your brand, that we are open to this partnership, just to keep working on some of the things we want to do. Here we use the traditional boards around the stadium. Yeah, but we can use the LED. We can go electronic. These are possibilities, and we hope to achieve them. Again, the stand, the technical area where the coaches and the reserve bench where they stay, as of yesterday, has been worked on, has been replaced. And I can tell you, the governor, the commissioner for youth and sports, and all of us are having sleepless nights to see that the standard we really want is got and is maintained. When you look at the floodlight, it has about 60 cords inside the pole. As of yesterday, the one that was vandalized, 15 of the cables have been replaced, and they were able to power the light. So we've also looked at the generating set. We've got 2 generator sets which will be serviced. For those things that will be serviced, they will be serviced. And we tell you there is a synergy between the sports ministry, Rangers Management Corporation, the Stadium Management, the Football Association. And with time, I will be a liar to say to you, Akman, we are going to play on 28 with the cathedral painted white and red with flags everywhere at the cathedral. These are things we want to achieve, but we take a little while. One thing is sure, we've looked at the foundation of the stadium. Structurally, the cathedral is fit. When we fill up the cathedral on 28 with 25,000 spectators who we anticipate will be there, they dance for 19 minutes, the cathedral will be standing. And nothing will extinguish the light of this club. Nothing will extinguish the fire in our eyes. We may be down at some point, but nothing will quench the light of the cathedral. I assure you, we have to protect the cathedral, and by doing little things, by not throwing this outside on the turf, by not urinating or using ourselves everywhere we see, by telling people who step onto the turf that it is wrong to step onto the turf if they are not playing, we will protect the cathedral and the gates of the cathedral. Thank you. I think I've taken all the questions.
All right, let me just hold on.
That is how to come and watch the will you open the entrance because it has always been the
who will come on the 28th to watch the game at the cathedral. In other words, the gate is thrown open at the behest of Dr. Peter Barr, just for the game of 28th of December. And he said, if the fans have waited for 2 years, Rangers should at least give them an open gate. And I said, we do not have money. He said he will pay for the ticket. So when you see my boss, you thank him for paying for the ticket. So yes, Chibuzo, great question. Invite our fans to the match. You all, please. Your Excellency, the Governor of Enugu State has said the gates of the cathedral for the game against Shooting Stars shall be thrown open. But we want to add, make the cathedral colorful. Go and buy your jersey. Come to the cathedral on 28th in either white jersey or red jersey. Let's color the cathedral. Let's make the cathedral, let's paint it red and white. Since the gate has been thrown open, let's paint the cathedral red and white. We can. Imagine a cathedral of 25,000 capacity with 25,000 or more persons in red and white. I do not think any team, any opponent can withstand the frenzy of the day. So please, implore our fans, implore the inhabitants of this city, and even inhabitants of close cities. People are coming from Lagos to see the return of the 28th. After the 28th, like we rightly told you, we already have an agreement signed with senior barman. After the 28th, the next games, tickets will be sold and everything will be good. Up Rangers.
Let me.
Yeah, please. It's free. Please go ahead. Frank, in the media to send in details of their staff, media companies who want to send their staff to come for our games, to send in their names and their passports to the media officer for their accreditation times. Media personnel, as far as Rangers is concerned, are in the topmost echelon of our priority list. And we don't take it for granted. So, the media tribune has about 220 seats, and it is covered just beside the VVIP. Where the problem comes is where a reporter wants to get to the other side. If you have your tag and you are well positioned at your tribune, there won't be a problem. So to curb this, for the game of 28, except you have your accreditation tag with your name on it and your passport on it, even if you are the most popular press person, you may have to sit elsewhere. We want the press to enjoy the respect they deserve. And that is why we invite you again. Send in to the media officer, Mr. Norbert, your full name, the agency you work for, and your passport. He will provide, he will produce the accreditation tags not later than 27th of December. With your accreditation tag, you know where to be. The accreditation tag for media people is not an all-access accreditation tag. It is for you to be at the media tribune. It is also for you to be at the mixed zone. Apart from the media tribune and the mixed zone, and possibly for some flash interviews as may be approved by the media department of this club, the media tribune is well positioned. You can get everything you want to get from the media tribune. We will be strict about ensuring that nobody who is without the tag stays in your position. So Frankie, be well assured that we will get it right this time. We will ensure that only people who are properly accredited to stay at the tribune will be at the tribune. We've been in Rangers and we find that sometimes you see some people say they are board members of maybe a certain football association. We make provision for all of this. But again, we want to appeal to you to also bring on board some elements of emotional intelligence. There are people who may also be aged. For instance, if a certain ex-Rangers player who is aged happens to fall towards the media tribune, just report and we will receipt the person. Yeah, there shouldn't be need for fight. Just a report. The media department will be mandated to always keep an eye towards the media tribune. What we do not want at the cathedral is crisis. What we do not want at the cathedral is any room for rancor, any room for bickering. We don't want on any occasion for the cathedral, the new cathedral, to be known as a place of even the minutest of violence, both during games, before games, and after games. So be sure, after now, I am happy there are a lot of press people. This is the best time to give details to Norbert. He has to start production of the accreditation tag. And the accreditation tag may not just be for the Shooting Stars game. You can laminate it and use it for the rest of the games.
Thank you very much.
Any other question?
No question.
Just a vote of thanks.
Okay, yeah. The CEO